All right, let's go on with the show right now and allow you speak to us, allow you give your opinion, your thoughts on all of the things that we've been talking about on the show. Give us your feedback, and this is how you can do it, just in case you're joining us for the first time. And these are the things you can talk about. Hashtag NPFL, FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, the Europa League, the DSTV Premier Basketball League also. You can do that on Facebook, Channels-Sports. You can also get across to us on Twitter. It is at Channels_Sports. And well, if your message is lengthy and you want to send us a mail, feel free. sportsthismoney@channelstv.com. You can send us a mail. Give us your opinion, your thoughts, views, comments. Even on the Super Eagles and all of the issues happening in the exciting world of sports. So speak up and be heard this morning. All right, Sisi, let's talk about what's happening in Portland. We were talking about it earlier, and I think what cannot describe what this young man, this young Frenchman that we're going to be Renaud
Laveni.
Yeah, tongue twisting name. He's been breaking records. Remember, he broke Sergei Bobka's record in pole vault, and this is the way he did it. I mean, he was in motion. He was in the zone. He knew something was going to happen. He was waving. I wish we could see that again. Lavellini, and he broke the pole vault record, and even for the ladies as well, nobody came close to the guy, and he was in a mood that showed that he knew something was going to happen. Injury didn't allow him participate. I think in the last
2012.
yes,
yeah.
but he
So
was
that
so
was 2 years ago,
happy,
yeah, that
so
he was
happy
able
to be
come
back. It was in joyous mood. But for the ladies, I was trying to say the downside was that we didn't get to see that competition that a whole lot of people wanted to see between the lady that emerged champion and Yelena Isinbayeva. Kind of watered it down somewhat. I don't know if you agree with me.
I really don't think so. You know, we all knew when the championship was going to start, we all knew, okay, Russia will not be there. So most of the records, I mean, Isinbayeva has said someone would definitely want to go a top-notch higher and break the record, and that's exactly what she did. Another thing is, if you're looking at pole vault and you're looking at the dominance of her over the years, everyone has been waiting for another new kid in the block to actually come and break it. And of course, Jane, she was able to do that to the American. So that's something you have to look forward to. She's an American, so being able to break the record, setting another record, it's something really huge. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, I'm looking at, there's something that came to my mind I don't want to bring up because it's not politics.
Because I said she's an American?
No, the Russians will always, but like you said, I hope they clean up their house. I hope they clean up their house and stop pointing in the wrong directions. And one of them said something that, it's important. You can't punish everybody because of this,
Now, if you check when you have, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make excuses for IWF or WADA or IOC. I'm saying if you have a federation who cannot really, talk to athletes, according to the report, is that there was a state-sponsored systemic doping. I mean,
so it's the system they have a problem with, not the individuals.
It's the system, not the individual. So since there's a system who is actually protecting, or rather a system that is condoning something that is really, really wrong, they feel deal with the institution and see if they can clean it up. Because they can't clean it up with just maybe one or two. And if it's just 1 or 2 or 3 athletes, they'll say, okay, the athletes should be banned. But right now, you have a federation who is really not willing. And there was another report that came up with that even some of the coaches that were banned and all that were still going to, championship. We're still going to their various championships and also with those athletes. That's something they really don't want to see.
What about the clean ones? Should they run under the Olympic banner? That's something that some people have suggested.
If before the Olympics they've not been able to do it and all the criteria that IWF gave to them, they've not been able to meet anyone, then maybe they can consider that if you're clean, then they can do that.
Ethiopia is already on the watch list. Some other countries,
Kenya,
but we don't
Ukraine,
want to have an Olympics
Belarus,
without seeing the top stars. So if an athlete is clean,
he can run under the Olympic banner.
Maybe.
This is suggesting. Well, I really don't know about that at all. Now, last night you talked about basketball so well. I mean, what's happening is starting today. The Zenith League for the women is starting tomorrow. For the men, is starting today. Finally, we're going to be having a league starting in March, and hopefully there will be no disruption. Everything go well. The first one is going to be in Abuja for the women. Then for the men, of course, Lagos. You have custom and but
some teams, some issues.
Yeah, exactly. Where you have two teams, two big teams. I mean, my favorite teams would not be there.
It's sad.
I saw the draw and I didn't see the teams.
It's sad. Some teams are,
and the
some teams, I think 3 actually. Okay, 3 Lagos teams. One will still be in action. I'm hoping that they will sort out this issue.
Okay, well, hoping they'll be able to sort it out. Now, Patrick Omorodion will be talking to us. He's a member of the Nigerian Basketball Federation. He's going to tell us the new plans they're having for this season. If there's something different they're bringing in, what are the incentives for the boys and also for the girls, for the men, for the women, the new things they really want to come up with. Patrick, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Cecilia.
Okay, good to have you. What are the plans for this year? The league is starting today. What are the plans?
Well, like in Abuja, where we are, it's going to be a fun fair, because we are starting this afternoon with a basketball clinic for secondary schools here, and that will be taken by some coaches and other instructors. Then after that, we have motivational speeches from the host, from the sponsors, Basketball Federation, and some special guests. They also have slam dunk competitions, 3-pointers before the main match for today. So it's going to be a fun fair for the opening ceremony as the jump ball takes off today.
All right, Patrick, you're speaking to Yemi Adubayo. Let me quickly ask you about this. We heard that last night there was a meeting between the NBBF and, of course, the initiators of the African Basketball League. That it was a storm. Can you fill us in with what happened? We heard that it was a stormy session, but was there any resolution? Did anything come out of that meeting?
Well, the discussions are still going on, and they met with the board, and we took a lot of, we put some cards on the table and we talked to them. But right now, I don't think I can have any concrete statement to make, but I believe that at the end of the day, both sides will resolve this issue and for the betterment of the game.
Okay.
Discussions are still going on right now.
All right. What is the fate of the Lagos teams? We having the league without some of these teams, for some of us that love the game, it's a downside. But what is their fate? Are they going to get a reprieve soon, or things will remain the way it is for now?
Yes, as you are aware, the jump ball is today, and the fixtures have been made, and the fixtures were made without those 3 teams in Lagos. So for now, I think we have only 5 teams in Lagos. It will remain like that until these issues are resolved. But I can assure you that if they are resolved fully, they can still be reabsorbed into the league. But for now, they are out.
Now, can they join this season? That means they are out for this season. That's what it means.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because
for Northern Warriors Islanders, they will not be competing.
I don't know how long it will take to resolve the issue, but if it is resolved fast, maybe they can be resolved. But for now, I think they're out for the moment.
Okay, for now they're out. Now, if it's resolved like in the next 2 months, they can join halfway. Can they do that?
Well, I think that will depend on the technical committee, because I don't know how it will be done, but the technical committee can handle that.
Oh, okay. Now, let's talk about the women's league now. It's starting tomorrow. Are there other incentives you guys are putting in place for this season?
Well, you see, the sponsorship for the Zenith Bank is supposed to end this season. So for now, I think everything still remains the same.
Okay.
Because we are planning that from next season, with this issue of having 3 phases, that is first, second phase, and the finals, will be maybe resolved so that we'll have home and away. The women will play like the men, home and away basis. But for now, I think the situation is still the same like last season.
Okay, so for now, it's still going to be phase 1, phase 2, and the final 8 in Lagos.
And the final, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Patrick, for talking to us this morning.
All right, issues clarified.
Issues. I really want to see those teams, Islanders and all of them this
Yeah.
season, and hopefully the ladies can get to play home and away the way it's done, because this final phase, you have the first phase, second phase, and the final phase is really funny when it comes to basketball. I think they're actually trying to, the resources are not there, and since you have a sponsor who's been sponsoring, so when it's over, they want to negotiate again, they're likely going to bring that in.
Yeah.
We just can't wait for that to happen.
I hope all of those things are said. All right, let's move on, Sisi.
Yeah, quickly. Europa League, right? Yeah, that's a big one. Okay, what happened last night? Manchester United, they're out. It is going to be a huge task for them. Playing at Old Trafford. It's not the Man United that we used to know, the fear factor. It's no longer there. Well, they are out of it. Valencia also. Gary Neville, we don't know his fate right now. The fact that he was actually screaming at the touchline when the goal was scored shows the frustration that he's definitely going to be out of his job anytime soon. And also another big team, Tottenham, it was expected that they were going to go out, especially after conceding 3 goals, but it ended 5-1 on aggregate, and that's a team that is competing for the English Premier League title. Well, let's hear from Jurgen Klopp. He was really happy about the fact that they drew at Old Trafford. And for, Louis van Gaal, he said he wasn't sad, but the look on his face didn't show that. Here they come.
Oh, what can I say? In my dreams, I win all games, but it's a draw. But we are through, so that's good. And we had, it was good. It was good. It was intensive. We deserved the next round. I think there's no doubt about this, and that feels really good. That feels really good. It was really hard work again. So in the future, not against Man United maybe, because that will be always intensive, but in the future when we have to be a little bit more clear. It was brilliant what he did. It was the most unexpected what you could do in a situation like this, and perfect goal. Dortmund, of course not. Why should I want the most strongest team in the tournament in the next round? I'm not so silly. But if, then we go there and try to win too, because I saw only a little bit of the other results, but I'm pretty sure there's no easy game anymore. So it's not too important. Only we have to be prepared, and hopefully we are.
I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I was very proud of my players. They have given everything. And I was very pleased that the fans were also recognizing that, because they applauded after the match, in spite of we are out of the EuroLeague. That was remarkable, I think. We have played, I think, like Liverpool did play in the home match with us. What we did not do in Liverpool. They scored the away goal. And that was the difference. The difference also how they feel in the dressing room at half-time, and how we have to race. So I think that's the big difference, that they scored in the first half that goal in the last second.